I think we need some more new Pokemon reveals when it comes to Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that's primarily what this video is going to be about, because there's so much on the table. There's a lot of intentionally teased Pokemon that haven't gotten an official reveal that would make for an amazing video. We also have Gigantamax. We got information about Gigantamax, and then it just didn't go anywhere, and we haven't gotten any more Gigantamax Pokemon. Same thing for Galarian forms, and also just the other Generation 8 Pokemon that exist in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So what I wanted to do first was break it down compared to how it is with Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, I've already done a couple videos like this, but we have diverged so far away that it's absolutely insane. By this point, Pokemon Sun and Moon had revealed double the amount of Pokemon that we know about compared to Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's insane, but it wasn't always like that, because around the time of E3, Pokemon Sword and Shield was slightly ahead. We knew more gameplay features, we had seen more gameplay, and we also had more Pokemon. But then after that, you know, this was the trailer that really set things apart, because the Tapu Koko reveal was when we got to see 7 new Pokemon for Generation 7, one of them being a legendary. Now, when it comes to Pokemon Sword and Shield, there's like that giant geoglyph that's chilling out, that's even so big you can see it on the map, but it should represent a legendary, a mythical, something? We still don't know anything about it. So yeah, with this we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pokemon. And the weird thing about this was it was also like leaked, you know, the actual footage that was going to be in this trailer was posted onto YouTube the day before. So we got like 7 new Pokemon just like that. And also there were more trailers when it came to Pokemon Sun and Moon, and in a way that's not even funny anymore. So some other really weird things have also overlapped. So, I mean, we had like a 7 Pokemon trailer over here. Then we had a single Pokemon reveal that was just a minute long. We got quite a few of those. We had one for Turtonator, we had one for Salandit, and we also technically had one for Alolan Rattata. But we haven't even gotten just like the random single Pokemon tease, even though that would be perfect for Impidimp. It's so strange that Impidimp isn't even seen as like a revealed Pokemon so far, but it's been in media. Like, Impidimp is in one of the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailers, or the Nintendo Direct footage. Either way, when like they're showing Pokemon camping, you could actually see Impidimp in the background. It just doesn't exist. Also, with a tweet about packs from the Pokemon Company, you could see Impidimp in the gameplay because Impidimp is in the demo that's been going around to multiple places, so that's weird. And then we just had like 6 other Pokemon that were revealed. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that isn't what happened with Pokemon Sword and Shield. But then we had the August trailer. So the August trailer gave us Alolan forms as well as a major gameplay feature. Now, we already knew about Gigantamax and Dynamax, comparing it to Pokemon Sword and Shield. So with that, it's like, alright, we have our big gimmick. And then we got Galarian forms in August, the same time we got Alolan forms. But this was done so much differently because there were 5 Alolan Pokemon revealed in the first trailer, as opposed to the 3, kind of 4, that we had with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Because Obstagoon, it's kind of like classified as its own Pokemon, and not just a Galarian form. But then we also got more Picos. So we got 5 Pokemon revealed in the August trailer, and that's on top of the 4 that we got for July, but that doesn't compare to the 14 Generation 7 Pokemon we got for July 2016. So, the numbers are all kind of screwy. However, when we get back to this trailer, they revealed non-Alolan Pokemon as well. So this is also where we got Oricorio. We also got Minior, Gumshoes, and Formantis, Lurantis. Wait a second. We got like 10 Pokemon in a trailer? No, we got 11 Pokemon in a trailer. So, a single trailer for August. I actually forgot how many there were. I forgot there were new Pokemon added in on top of the Alolan forms. So this trailer doubled, more than doubled, the reveal that we got for the same month, and then just threw in more new Pokemon on top of that. It was insane. Then comparing that to what happened with Pokemon Worlds, Pokemon Worlds gave us this trailer, which had 4 new Pokemon. Well, we only got gameplay, and then we had this happening for a direct. So technically, in 2016, we did get Pokemon Sun and Moon information and new Pokemon reveals for the Direct. I thought that is like something that just never happened, but it did, and it gave us the Alolan Rattata, and that was it. Like, this was the least of an announcement that we ever got, but we also got an exclusive Z move so that's pretty cool. But this was just like a freebie kind of trailer, because then, just a few days later, on September 6th, so within a week of each other, we go from one Pokemon kind of tied inside of a Nintendo Direct to another massive reveal. Ultra Beast, Aether, Foundation, new Pokemon discovered. We get our pseudo-legendary pre-evolution. So yeah, more Pokemon, more Pokemon, more Pokemon. Starter evolutions, that's October. More Pokemon, and the madness only ended because the games came out. They ran out of time is effectively what happened. Now, there's a lot of disagreement as to if too many Pokemon were revealed for Pokemon Sun and Moon or not. I disagree with that sentiment. I feel like the right amount was revealed because it was non-stop hype. Everyone couldn't wait for the next Pokemon reveals, and everyone was just like super excited for the games. We're seeing much less hype right now when it comes to Pokemon Sword and Shield compared to Pokemon Sun and Moon. And I'm not going to say any of that is because the National Dex nonsense or the game's looking bad. No, we objectively have in front of us the best looking Pokemon games that have ever been made by Game Freak with more features than any other Pokemon game. That should be hype, but I feel like there's still just like that uneasiness about it. And also only getting one trailer a month means that we're not always amped up and cranked out to the max like we were with Pokemon Sun and Moon. With Pokemon Sun and Moon, we were not given an opportunity to forget about the games, to have a down moment to go, yeah, alright, I guess we'll wait for it to come out. That's where people have like converted to with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like they're like, oh, cool, a little bit of new news. Alright, back to whatever other flavor of the game, like flavor of the month game is going on. Guess I'll see it in another month or just wait until the game's finally playable or something like that. Like only revealing us 2 new Pokemon after a month inside of a Nintendo Direct? That's tough. Now, I loved all the other features about this. You know, we have the trading cards. That is super dope. Camping, I've been waiting for this reveal because we've known about ingredients since E3. So we've known about this stuff for months, and it finally came through, and then the customization options, everything was like really good. Like it was a good trailer. I'm not gonna knock it for that. I'm just saying we need more trailers. We need more than just one a month like we have been getting, and that's what makes these things just so weird. And that brings me to my proposal for what would be the best way of just having like a super action-packed September or transitioning into October, because I feel like October would kind of be too late, especially if they just kind of go, here's your starter evolutions, see you next month. And with the current state of data mining and how they're handling the demo and stuff, I doubt we're going to have a playable demo like we did for Pokemon Sun and Moon. And if we do get a demo, and if it's just like kind of copying the one that's going around E3, the one that's going around PAX and all the other gaming events, that's not going to be like a fun, awesome demo, especially compared to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had timed events that eventually events unlocked, and then you got to play more of the games. The same things happened with the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo, so it's really expansive. It made you keep coming back, made you sucked into the game before the games were even revealed. If you just get a demo you can burn through in 10 minutes, and that's all you get to experience for Pokemon Sword and Shield, that's not going to work. If anything, that seems like one of the worst demos to represent Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's a good technical demo, like it's cool to see like the gyms and getting into a Pokemon battle and experiencing Dynamax, but if that happens the month before the games come out, you're not really learning anything. What made the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo really cool was we got to even discover new Pokemon inside of it, like the Alolan Dugtrio. We got to kind of get a really good feel for the exploration and moving through the games. Like the demo for Pokemon Sword and Shield would need to have like a little bit of wild area gameplay. It would need to have like a new Pokemon or a few new Pokemon inside of it, and then really make you feel every element of the gameplay. If it's just that E3 demo, you know, I don't understand what the point of that is, except for showing, look at all this fancy stuff, here's Dynamax, but we already know Dynamax, Gigantamax, and even more. So the irony being, with all the people crying about Pokemon Sun and Moon revealing too much, Pokemon Sword and Shield not revealing enough, and then people would say there's not even enough substance behind the current Pokemon Sword and Shield demo if it became massively playable. It's great as like a little tech demo. You go out to E3, it's like, I just want to get my hands on a new Pokemon game. You play it really quick, and then you're like, cool, that's it. But if this is something that's just sitting on your Nintendo Switch mocking you, it's not going to be that great. So what I feel is that, like, September, we need a new trailer every week. And I feel like we need to expand upon everything that we're already dealing with inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Starter evolutions, I'm feeling that still needs to wait for October. Mid-October. So even a later reveal than Pokemon Sun and Moon, but I think that'll catch like the perfect balance of hype and anticipation, and then we'll see how it transitions from there. Now, since we did get a cinematic trailer for Zacian and Zamazenta, and it looks like things were going down, I feel like we also need to get into the story, or a little like tease as to what to expect, and maybe even the reveal of the third legendary Pokemon. From that confirmed leak seems to be Eternatus, so let's just like get into that, maybe with like an expanded trailer as well. Like that would rake in the views and the attention for Pokemon Sword and Shield, is if you make a really dope reveal again or something like that. Also maybe a cinematic trailer for the evolutions would be pretty cool. But now we have different things to play around with. We have just raw Generation 8 Pokemon, we have the regional variants. I mean, we only have 3 right now. Come on, we had so many more Alolan Pokemon revealed by this time, and then there's also Gigantamax. So we could do a trailer for each of these. You know, we'd show off like 4, 5 new Generation 8 Pokemon in a trailer. I don't even care about what gameplay is left. Judging from the other trailers and also the map of the Galar region, maybe showing off a new gym leader, that would be pretty cool. I don't need it, but I think it would kind of like fluff out, pad out all of the like the Pokemon reveals and stuff, and then eventually just kind of seeing what that in-game city is. That's kind of all that it really breaks down to. And then we need an exclusive just regional form trailer. So my idea is like segmenting the trailers. You know, more regional forms discovered, more Galarian forms discovered in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Then give us like 5 or 6 of them, because you have the room to do it, Game Freak. Much like how it's just like more Generation 8 Pokemon, then maybe a cool little extra feature added on. That'd be pretty nice. And then just a Gigantamax exclusive trailer as well. If there are more than 10 Gigantamax in this game, which there really needs to be, like my only concern with Pokemon Sword and Shield right now is that, you know, there's less regional forms than there are Alolan forms. There's less Galarian Pokemon than Alolan Pokemon. There's less Gigantamax than there were Mega Evolutions. So these features just, they're kind of there for cool things, but they aren't fully fleshed out. You know, I feel like we could get away with 20 to 30 Galarian forms, 20 to 30 Gigantamax, and then 70 new Pokemon. 60. I'd take 60 if we got 30. Like, I would take, you know, a ton of regional forms and evolutions of existing Pokemon over just straight up new Generation 8 Pokemon. I would take that. But it depends, like, where we stand right now. Are we going to, like, go into this game almost completely blind with only 40 reveals and then learn there's over 100 Pokemon when it comes out? Or do they just not have a lot to show? Because that was, like, the thing that ended up showing itself with Pokemon Sun and Moon. I think the biggest problem with Pokemon Sun and Moon was that most of it was legendary. That we had all the Tapus, so that's 4 right there. Then we had 4 from these guys, because these guys had a pre-evolution. What? And then the Ultra Beast. Now, Ultra Beast aren't legendary Pokemon. That's been absolutely confirmed at this point, but there was a lot of them as well. So that was a sizable chunk of the dex taken away. Same with the mythical Pokemon. And then also, you know, we had an existing Pokemon form thing with this whole Zygarde thing. Like, that also took up some reveals and took up some slots. So, I mean, a lot of the decks were just kind of gone. And the Alolan Pokemon were just not a lot. Like, this felt like a joke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 18 Alolan Pokemon. I feel like it had to be at least 25. Especially if you're just in only Gen 1 and then you just completely kill off, like, the Gen 1 Alolan Pokemon from there. That was kind of weird. So, I mean, if they only give us 10 to 20 for the Galarian forms, it's going to feel so incomplete, especially now that we're going into, like, Generation 3. So at least just show us, like, you have 5 to show us in a trailer. That'd be awesome. Same with Gigantamax. So far, we only know 3, and these were some of the first Pokemon revealed. Are there going to be like 50 Gigantamax? That there's going to be a lot of rare Pokemon farming. It's going to be existing Pokemon. It's going to be Generation 8 Pokemon. I need to see that musical Lapras and Longcat Meowth, or Meowth evolution, or whatever else is happening with Gigantamax, to kind of see how far it gets taken off. And that'd be another cool thing. Just like show us more details about the Gigantamax. Actually encountering one in a max raid battle, and then showing off like 5 more of them for a trailer. And even when it gets down to the actual trailers themselves, you know, the times on these vary wildly. Sometimes it's very story-driven, 4-minute trailers. Other times they're just quick reveals, less than 3 minutes, a minute and a half, a minute 20. Like this, 4 Pokemon, minute 20. That also shows another difference between Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Sun and Moon. The pacing. The new Pokemon reveals happen so darn fast in the Pokemon Sword and Shield trailers. That's just kind of like, you get the banner, you get like the really little like quick gameplay, and then that Pokemon's gone. With this, it feels like it's, you know, a bit more spaced out. We get to breathe in between the Pokemon reveals compared to what we see for the trailers in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And then these new Pokemon reveals have just been a little too lightning fast for me. So I mean, like, boom, there's 3 new Pokemon. It's doing an attack, it's getting caught, and then it's over. There's that, and then I think at some other part, like, the dude uses Corviknight, or we use Corviknight. And that's the 4th new Pokemon reveal, so that all happened, and it just happened so quick. And then this one is almost insulting to my, like, all the synapses in my brain with how fast it goes off, because that's clever. I love that. I love everything about that. It catches you off guard in, like, the best way possible for the reveal, but then all creamy, there it is. We get some, like, crazy camera shots. We get to see it already on to the next Pokemon. Are you kidding me? So I feel like the lesser number of reveals wouldn't feel as bad if we could actually, like, digest and discover these Pokemon during the trailer. But since it just happens like this, we have shorter trailers that show less. The Japanese trailers are like a minute longer and give us a lot more cool stuff. And it really kind of like shows that change pace between comparing it with the Pokemon Sun and Moon reveals, which were also just generally longer trailers that let us understand the things going on. So it's kind of crazy how they're like showing us things, but also going out of their way to not show us too much inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield. And maybe that's the idea, that we're only getting like such quick little glimpses into what Pokemon Sword and Shield is about, and then the games are even going to be more massive, and there's going to be more to explore and discover. But I could go with just a little more. And what do you guys think? Do you think that that'd be like a really cool way of doing this? That the next trailer is just a massive amount of Galarian Pokemon reveal. Then we also have one that's just Gigantamax. And then we just have one that's just Generation 8 Pokemon. I'm talking like pushing it, you know, 6 each. And then really kind of making it about the Pokemon instead of about the gameplay features. Because I'm a sucker for all the gameplay that we've got in Pokemon Sword and Shield right now. Like, this was really cool. This was one of the coolest things to me that's been revealed so far, but also we have so much else going on. We have trailers that are just dedicated to competitive. That's what me, as a primary competitive battler, loves to see. But even I'm like, come on, can you balance it out? And then we still don't even know, like, all the really important gameplay as well, like what's going on at that crazy city at the top of the map, and then some of the other secret surprise things that's going to happen. So I feel like there could be a bit more balance, but what it does show is that this game is massive. I just don't want it to be lacking on the Pokemon reveal side, even if it's like super overtuned with a million things to do inside the games. So we're getting like this weird switch. We're getting, I'm not saying this as like literally, but we're getting too much information about gameplay, and then we're also getting too little about the Pokemon reveals, whereas for Pokemon Sun and Moon, it was the opposite. But with this game just already being much larger than any other main series Pokemon game, I think we could show a bit more, just a little bit more. So there we go, guys. What are your thoughts? Do you think we need to pick up the pace? I know a lot of people are like, no, I'm fine with not getting anything else until the games come out. Yeah, you can just go in the corner and just stop bothering people until the games come out. And if more Pokemon happen, don't cry about it. You know, don't ruin our fun, because this is fun. I feel this is what Pokemon is built off of. And even looking at the most recent trailer is up to 600k views. This is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee level of views. This should have millions by this point, just days after, like we saw with Pokemon Sun and Moon. You know, Pokemon Sun and Moon, okay, so this trailer even got 5 million. And the only thing inside of this was a Alolan Rattata. And then, like, you know, Snorlax having a butt stomp fetish. I don't think there's 5 million people that are into that. So it was just the culture around it was ready to eat up everything about it. So we got more information in the September trailer for Pokemon Sword and Shield, but fractions of the viewership. And then the next Pokemon reveal, you know, we were smashing millions of views every time. We're just not seeing that Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I think it's because the hype is dead, because there's not enough reveals to just keep people amped up about Pokemon the entire time. Now, I do know Pokemon Go had a big role with that, but it's still something else. And even if you look at the videos that like dislike bomb all the new Pokemon trailers coming out, it's not millions of dislikes. These people haven't gone away because of Bring Back National Dex. It's just the community is more toxic, the reveals are more, you know, relaxed, and also a major factor of this is that the YouTube algorithm is much different, and it's creating a lot of really weird side effects. So all kinds of things are going nuts. That's just kind of the state of it right now. Tell me what you guys think. Did you enjoy the video? Yeah, things are just weird. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.